Hi, it's Sarah here. How are you doing? I hope you're having a great day today. We are going to be using the Christ unwinding technique and doing a talk today on forgiving other people. So we will use the Christ unwinding technique first, and then afterwards I'm going to be telling you why it is so important to forgive, and also going to be giving you other tips and tools to help you if you feel that you can't, you shouldn't, or you're trying but it's really hard. Okay, so the Christ unwinding technique is a technique I developed with Yeshua a few years ago, and this technique helps you to release stuck emotional energy from your body and your energy field. It helps you replace limiting thoughts and belief systems that you have. Now, although it's called the Christ unwinding technique, the Christ light is actually source energy. It has nothing to do with Christianity. It is open to everybody. So it doesn't matter what religion you are. It doesn't matter whether you're an atheist. It's going to work for everybody. You will also be asked to see sentences as though they were written across the inside of your forehead. Now, it doesn't matter about your spelling. It's your intention that counts. It actually works better if you can actually see your sentences rather than just imagine they are there. If you find it hard to actually see your sentences and you're just having to imagine them, it is because your mind is deeming either you are not worthy to see them or it's unsafe for you to see them. So in this instance, just keep telling yourself over and over again, I am safe to see my sentences, I am worthy to see my sentences, and eventually you will be able to. Okay, so all you have to do is find somewhere comfortable to sit. Just shut your eyes and you just have to say, I call upon the Christ light to help me. Then with your eyes shut, you're just going to see the following two sentences as though they were written across the inside of your forehead. So the first one is, I now easily forgive. I now easily forgive. The second one is, I create everything I experience. So I create everything I experience. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to see those sentences, they're going to go upwards, up into the top of your head, and you're just going to see those sentences start to weave up and down and left and right and around and round. They are creating new belief systems and new neural pathways in your brain. So just see your sentences weaving around and just reading your sentences as you're circling them around and sending them up and down. I now easily forgive, and I create everything I experience. And then you're just going to see your sentences, they're going to start to spiral anti-clockwise down through your head. So see them spiraling down through your head, down through your throat, down through the center of your body. Reading your sentences as they're going around. I now easily forgive, and I create everything I experience. Seeing them going down through the center of your belly, through the center of your pelvis. And then just seeing your sentences, they're going to spiral out from the gap between your legs and spiral all the way down to the ground in between your legs. Again, reading your sentences or repeating them. I now easily forgive. I create everything I experience. Then we're just going to see your sentences again with your eyes shut, reading them across the inside of your forehead. I now easily forgive. I create everything I experience. And this time you're going to see your sentences. They are going to come out and they're going to spiral up your left hand and up your left arm, over your left elbow, up your upper arm, when they get to your left shoulder, you spiral them across the top of your back to your right shoulder. Reading your sentences, I now easily forgive. When they reach your right shoulder, you just spiral them back across to your left. I create everything I experience. When they've reached your left shoulder again, this time you're going to spiral them down the left side of your body. So spiraling down through your chest and your upper back. Down the left side of your belly. I now easily forgive. Down the left side of your pelvis. I create everything I experience. Down your left thigh. I now easily forgive. Over your left knee and down your left calf. I create everything I experience. And then just see your sentences going over your left foot and either into the ground or off into the distance. And then we're just going to repeat that. So seeing your sentences with your eyes shut, reading them across the inside of your forehead. I now easily forgive. I create everything I experience. And this time, seeing them going up your right hand. So spiraling up your right hand and up your right arm. Over your right elbow and up your right upper arm. When they reach your right shoulder, just spiral them across the top of your back to your left one, reading your sentences. I now easily forgive. When they reach your left shoulder, spiral them back across to your right. I create everything I experience. When they reach your right shoulder, just spiral them down the right side of your body, so your upper back and your chest. Down the right side of your belly, I now easily forgive. Down the right side of your pelvis, I create everything I experience. Down the right side of down your right thigh, I now easily forgive. Over your right knee and down your right calf, I create everything I experience. And seeing them going over your right foot and off into the distance or down into the ground. And just seeing your sentences again written across the inside of your forehead. I now easily forgive. I create everything I experience. And this time just seeing your sentences going forward and just sending your sentences across all time and space, all dimensions, realities and universes. Then lastly, we just finish off, we're just going to write your sentence. Imagine writing your sentences or reading your sentences being written across the top of your head. So just imagine your sentences in lovely white letters across the top of your head. I now easily forgive. I create everything I experience. Then seeing your sentences written across your forehead, but on the outside this time. I now easily forgive. I create everything I experience. Then just seeing your sentences written across your upper heart, your higher heart. Your higher heart is here. So seeing your sentences written across the top of your chest here, your higher heart. I now easily forgive. I create everything I experience. And then lastly, seeing your sentences written across your heart chakra, your heart center in the middle of your chest. I now easily forgive. I create everything I experience. And then we just say thank you to the Christ light. Now you can use this technique as often as you want, preferably on a daily basis. That's great. You can use your own sentences. I've got some suggestions here. It works better if you change your sentences around rather than just keep repeating the same two. If you want to use your own, just make sure they're on the positive and the present tense. So it is I am safe rather than I'm not unsafe or I'm becoming safe. It is I am safe. So I've just got a few other suggestions here. I am forgiveness. Everything is an opportunity for my soul growth. I create and choose all of my experiences. I choose to always forgive. I choose to release victimhood. I forgive with ease. Anger, hatred, resentment, bitterness are illusions. I choose to release the judgments. Okay, so obviously the more often you use it, the quicker it's going to work. So forgiveness is, you might wonder why you have to forgive. Forgiveness is actually crucial for our ascension. We cannot ascend fully if we haven't forgiven. If there's something that somebody you haven't forgiven, you have to come back lifetime after lifetime until your soul masters forgiveness. You'll be going through a similar scenario, probably with the same person or people, until you actually have forgiven them, and then you can release the karmic patterns and you can move on. Okay, so it is very important to forgive. Forgiveness also brings us inner peace. If you haven't forgiven, it's very hard to have inner peace. You're always going to have that turmoil inside of you. So if you want inner peace, again, it is really important to forgive. So to forgive somebody, you actually have to start by mentally forgiving them first. So you need to understand that, first of all, it's important to forgive. And then you need to see that experience from a higher perspective. So you are the soul inside the body, and you came here for your soul lessons. Everything you experience, you created and chose, either before you came here as a soul lesson, something you needed to go through, or you created it because that's what you felt worthy and deserving of. So in other words, you miscreated it because you felt that's what you were worthy and deserving of. So we don't actually need to blame anyone else. We are responsible for everything we experience, and because of that, if somebody did something to you, then they are actually being of service to you. It's not something that was done to you. You created it, you chose it. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me, or why did this happen, ask yourself, why did I create this? And what you'll find is that as you start to take responsibility for all your experiences, then you will actually start to come out of victimhood. Also know that all experiences are neutral. There are no good ones, there are no bad ones, there are no right ones, there are no wrong ones. They are all neutral experiences. Yes, some are very pleasant and wonderful, and some are challenging, but ultimately there's no good or bad ones, okay? And actually sometimes that makes it easier for us to forgive. Now it is our judgments of what our experience actually causes the problem. If we went through something and we weren't judgmental about it, we're not going to create all the emotional stuff and all the beliefs that go with it. So try and let go of the judgments. If you feel you're being really judgmental about the situation, get out of your head. It is in your head that you're going to create these judgments. So sink your awareness down into your heart center. Now you can do this by imagine stepping into a lift or whirlpool in your head and taking that lift or whirlpool down into the middle of your chest. Step out and spend your time down there, and then once you're in that space, you will find that you will easily let go of the judgments. You won't be creating them either. So it is not enough just to mentally forgive. That's a great start, but we actually have to feel the forgiveness from our hearts. We actually have three hearts: our heart center, our higher heart, and our physical heart. We need to feel this forgiveness, preferably from all three hearts. Our main one is our heart center in the middle of our chest. So start by putting your awareness down into your heart center again, and from that space, imagine that person or people in front of you, and you are going to send love and forgiveness out to that person or people. If you feel this is really difficult, break forgiveness down. Start by just sending love out, then start by sending compassion, and then send understanding out. And then after a while, you'll be able to combine all three and feel the energy of forgiveness. Once you've mastered that, and this might take weeks, it might take months, you might do it instantly. Once you've mastered that, then do it from your higher heart, from your physical heart, and we also need to do it from our third eye, which is in the middle of our forehead. Okay, that's going to free you from the illusion, free you from the matrix, which is the game that we are involved in on planet Earth. Okay, so you need to forgive from those 4 places. And as I say, sometimes people can forgive instantly. Some people take weeks, some people take months, it might even take years. And we'll talk about this after, as why sometimes forgiveness is a problem. You also have to clear the stuck emotional energies from your body. So when we haven't forgiven somebody, we have emotions such as unforgiveness, blaming, resentment, anger, hatred, and bitterness, those kind of emotions. So we need to clear that stuck emotional energy from our body, because when we have a stuck emotional energy in our body, it forces us to respond and react in a certain way. Well, it doesn't force us, it pushes us to respond to a situation in a certain way. So to clear that stuck emotional energy from our body, one way is to put your awareness down into your heart center again and breathe in love and golden light and send it to all over your body. Once you've done that, breathe in the energy of gratitude, and gratitude is going to help transmute some of those emotions. Then breathe in the energy of forgiveness. Send it all over your body, and again, forgiveness is going to help transmute some of that stuck emotional energy. You can also ask God or the angelic realm for help, or Jesus, whoever you resonate with. Ask before you go to bed, or if you have 10 minutes, you can sit down and ask them for healing. Ask for the highest possible cleansing possible. If you feel that emotion come up, you can also say, this emotion of, say it's anger, this feeling of anger, I feel it, I honor it, I let it go with love. It's not me, it's not mine. Angels, please take it away. And you can ask the angelic realm or God, whoever, to help you try and stay in the vibration of love, and they will help. As long as you ask for help, then they will help. So you can ask Spirit to help you clear that stuck emotional energy, and when you feel it, try and stop it right at the beginning and ask the angelic realm or God to help take it away. So you might be feeling, why should I forgive them? I've tried and I can't, or what they've done is actually unforgivable. So when this is happening, this is either coming from a belief that you can't forgive, or you're not allowed to forgive, or it is coming from fear that if I forgive them, it's going to happen to me again. So in this case, this is your inner child, and what's actually happening is you will automatically want to forgive somebody because you are the divine soul inside the body. And you are all geared up for forgiveness. So you will start to think about forgiving them. And the second you start thinking about it, very quietly, your inner child is going to say, I'm feeling the fear. I want you to choose anger. I want you to feel resentment. And you can't consciously hear them, but subconsciously you can. And so you will. You will automatically choose the anger or resentment that they're telling you to. So you have to start by telling yourself over and over again that you are safe to forgive. Because if you have a belief that, okay, somebody did something to me, and if I forgive them, that means they're going to come into my life and do it again, it is going to be really hard for you to forgive if you don't feel safe. So keep telling yourself over and over again, it is safe for me to forgive them. It is safe for me to forgive them. Your inner child will also hold on to that stuck emotional energy if it feels scared. So you might be trying to release that stuck emotional energy, and your inner child will be hanging on to it and bringing it back in. So in this case, just keep telling your inner child, you can imagine yourself standing in front of you, age about 7, you're going to tell them it is safe for you to forgive these other people. It's not going to happen again. Also, knowing your divinity will help you release the stuck emotional energy. So you can actually say, actually, I'm God and I'm in charge, and I deserve this. I deserve to forgive this. I deserve to release this. And in that way, often your inner child will back down and you can release that stuck emotional energy. You can choose to forgive. If you're finding it hard, just keep saying, I choose to release the stuck emotional energy. I choose to forgive. I choose to forgive, over and over again. And when this happens, anything that's not in alignment with that, will actually come up for you to release. Okay, so just by saying over and over again, I choose to do something, anything in opposition will come up for you to release it. So eventually you will be choosing that experience. You can keep saying over and over again, I am allowed to forgive, I can forgive, I deserve to forgive. Because again, if you have a belief that you can't, you need to overwrite that with you can. If you believe that you're not allowed to, you need to overwrite that belief that you are allowed to. If you have a belief that you're not worthy and deserving of, you can keep saying, I am worthy and deserving of forgiveness. I deserve to forgive, I am worthy of freedom. You can ask God for divine forgiveness and divine grace to help you. Know that whatever happened to you in this life, it is very likely that you play the opposite in another life. So say somebody in this life stole your partner. Your partner ran off with somebody else, and you're finding it hard to forgive your partner. Well, it is very likely in another lifetime that you did the running off. Okay, so your soul, when it learns, has to learn both aspects. So this might make it a little easier for you to forgive somebody else. Lastly, know that in some cases, if we haven't forgiven ourselves or we don't love ourselves, then we might be not forgiving somebody else as a self-punishment or using it as a way to stop our ascension. If we have a lot of fear about ascension, we can use unforgiveness to prevent ourselves from ascending. So use your awareness, sit quietly, ask yourself, do I love myself? And if you don't, then I have done a talk on self-love. You might want to listen to that one. If there's something you haven't forgiven yourself for, then forgive yourself. And again, I have done a talk on that one. And if you feel you have a fear of, maybe you have a fear of God. If you think about God, what does that bring up to you? Because God is just the energy of love. God doesn't punish. There are no sins. It's just we have these crazy beliefs about God and the sins and ascension. Sins aren't real, and God is just the energy of love. God doesn't punish. If we have a belief that we've done something really, really bad in this lifetime or another lifetime, you might have a fear of ascending. You might have a fear of God. So in this case, just keep telling yourself over and over again, God doesn't punish. God is just love. It is safe for me to ascend. Okay, so I hope you found that useful. Please do forgive, because it's going to set yourself free. Otherwise, you're going to keep yourself on this karmic wheel of reincarnating over and over again until you get it. So best do it now and get it over and done with. Much love, many blessings from my heart to yours.